Hi everyone, thanks for watching. This is now my third update, I believe, for my 2020 Pan Those Eyeshadows Roulette. I'm really excited. I will put in the description box what I'm wearing on my face because I actually really like this look today. I feel like it's so bright and summery. I haven't really been doing a ton of summery looks because I've been working on these shadows, which are, if you recall from the last video, pretty like fall themed. Alright, so the first shade that I was working on hitting pan on this month was Morocco in the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place, so I will show you a picture of what that looked like last month. And as you can see, I hit pan on that. I have used this shade 14 times this month, taking me to 26 uses total. So that's how long it took to hit pan, which is, at the moment, I think the most uses that it's taken me. I was also using this as a blush on a lot of days, and I thought that was really pretty. I fell back in love with this palette, but frankly, I'm glad to have a little bit of a break from it. Oh, okay. The second shade that I had rolled in only just last month was Kano from The Warrior by Juvia's Place. So I'll show you a picture of what that looked like last month. Sure if you can see, it's this brown shade right here, duh, but I do have a decent dip in here. I mean, like a little less than halfway there. I've used this shade 15 times, and I didn't really start using it until the second half of the month because I was really working on Morocco. And you know, I just feel like lately I've not really been that into browns, but I wouldn't mind having this hang around in this project for a little bit just because, like, it's something I can always pull in and I don't really have to worry about where I'm gonna put it, you know? So the next shade is Marsh from Venus 2, that green shade. So I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last month. And this is what it looks like this month. So no pan. This is a pretty big dip. I honestly feel like I'm not too far away. So Aura was another lime crime shade that I have hit pan on during this project, and that took me 22 uses. I've used Marsh 15 times so far, but it's a different formula. It's not the same. However, I do feel like this one's going pretty quick. This color, the formula's not good anymore. It doesn't really come off as green as it looks in the pan or in swatches. It fades away really quickly. At the end of the day, you step back, you can't really even tell what color is in there. It just kind of looks dark and muddy. So I'm gonna keep it in one more month. I'm gonna try to hit at least 22 uses, try to really give it another shot for this next month. But if I can't hit pan, I think I'm just gonna roll it out because it's really a poorly performing shadow and there's really no point in working with those. The next shade that I rolled in just this last month was Amina, again from The Warrior by Juvia's Place. And this is what it looks like this month. So obviously I have hit pan. This only took me 14 uses, which was pretty crazy because Moremi took, Moremi took me like 22, although the Amina formula is way softer than Moremi. I'm kind of sick of this palette, and I still have it because of Kano, but okay. And then the last shade that I was working on this month was Jam in, again, the Venus 2 by Lime Crime, so I'll show you what it looked like last month. And this is what it looks like this month. So obviously not very much progress. I did use this 13 times, but it is a matte, so it will take a while, and these pans are pretty deep. But that's okay. I've also been using this one as a blush as well, which doesn't really help towards the goal of hitting pan because you're sort of evening it all out, but it's another way to use the product, so I'm not going to complain. That's where I'm at today. So I have hit pan on 2 shades, so that means I'll be rolling in 2 more. choosing 2 numbers, 1 through 19. I will go grab those palettes and then we'll pick a shade. Alright, so these are the shades that I am still working on that I was also working on last month. So the first palette that I pulled was number 6, which is actually my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Similar to the reason that I included the blush palette from Tarte is just because they're face palettes, and I decided I wanted to include them just so that I could be able to have a little bit more variety, and a powder is a powder, so you know, you can use it on your eyes if you want. But yeah, I just wanted to include those. If you don't know, it's just kind of this like highlight contour palette situation. The shade that I pulled was number 2, which is this just like warm toned shade, which I'm happy about because I can use this on my face just kind of as like a setting powder, even though I don't really do that very often, but maybe this will make me do that some more, or just a way to like set my eyeshadow base. So I'm really happy that it was this one because this one really does go best with my skin out of like the 3 lighter shades. I'm not too angry about that. The next palette that I pulled was number 7, which is, again, Kat Von D. It is the Shade and Light Eye palette in Plum. So this is what it looks like. And if you watched my ranking my palettes video, I said that I don't really like how purples look on my eye. I just feel like it's not very flattering on me. But thankfully I pulled number 1, which is actually more of just like a pinky, like a light pinky shade. So that's very similar to the other one where it's like pretty versatile. You know, I could use it to, like, if I'm going for a more pinky look, I could kind of use it to, oh my god, actually this is, hold up, way cuter than I remember and more pink than I remember. Do you see this down here? So obviously it's not like boom pink, but it's like a really nice soft pink, which I'm actually, you know what, I'm really excited to use that, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might also like use it as a blush. So yeah, obviously this color palette is still pretty like fall themed. They actually are all mattes, except technically Marsh is not a matte because it has like a little bit of a satiny thing going on. But it really does come off pretty matte on the eye. So I kind of have an all matte palette right now, which is fine with me. I really enjoy mattes, but the problem is they take way longer to get through than shimmers. So we will see how that goes. I have been kind of tired of this like fall theme, so I'm happy to have at least like one summery type shade, and obviously this one right here from the Shade and Light Face palette is very versatile. So I have been doing pretty well, I think, honestly better than I thought I would. So I do think that maybe it's time to let it rest a little bit. You know, I don't need to use every single shade all the time. Like, if there's a shade that I only use a couple of times that month, that's fine. Like, if I don't want to use it, I don't have to use it, you know? So I just kind of need to remind myself of that and give myself a little bit more freedom, and that way I can continue to be creative in the looks that I'm creating and a little bit more seasonal and just happier with how it ends up turning out. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. I totally forgot I made coffee. It is like 5 p.m. now. I made this at like 4, which is way too late in the day to be drinking coffee, but oh wow. Okay, bye.